Welcome back to TheTechSpace, everybody. In this video, what I want to go over are tips for small town authors and people who aren't in big cities. So if you aren't in a big city and you're not able to have access to, all of the resources that a bigger city, bigger schools, with more connections and more people would be able to do, and again, you're in a smaller town, these are tips you're going to want to take when publishing your book, whether it's an ebook, paperback, or in hardcover. So these are tips for you. Take them however you want them. You can give me feedback from your personal experiences with promotion, advertising, publishing, formatting, any of that stuff. So just feel free to post a comment in the comment section below. Give me your opinion on everything I say, or giving me your perspective on everything or on something that I say. So the number one thing you're going to want to do is contact your local library. So no matter where you live, I'm sure there is a local library. That's the first thing and the first step you're going to take when you're promoting your book. Start getting it out to the public around you, getting the local people around you to embrace it, and then move on from there. So if you make your book work for the public and the people around you, your own community, it'll have a better chance of working with other communities and other people, because once you're embraced by your hometown and once your hometown accepts you, again, it's usually a lot easier to get connections and resources and stuff like that to have, again, more opportunities. So you're going to want to first contact your local library, figure out how to get your book into the library, and once you do that, figure out if you can give a talk, a book signing, or something like that to help give back to the community, because that will help tons with, again, your traction and just these people knowing you and knowing you as a person and not just seeing your book on a shelf. So there's one thing of seeing a book, and there's another thing of having the actual author there explaining it to you and telling you what it's about. It makes it a lot more interesting, and it makes it a lot more, again, better for promotion. You can create a video out of it. You can do all sorts of things from there with your local library. Again, so that is the first tip. Number two is going to be getting business cards and flyers. So if you haven't already, get business cards. So what you're going to want to do is go to this website, click on it. Once you're there, you're just going to want to create your own business card, create a flyer, have it sent to you. It's like $10 for 100, very cheap. It might be even cheaper than that for your first time buying it, but they're very, very important to have, again, for your local community. The next thing we have is social media. You're going to want to utilize social media in every way, shape, and form. You can go to my channel and check out my social media playlist, and I will also link it in the description below and at the end of this video. If you want to go check it out, it is, again, the social media playlist on my channel. It has tons of videos on all types of social media managers and tips and tricks like that, but I'm not getting it too far into that. So that is another tip that you're going to want to take, is managing your social media, figuring out how to manage your social media and everything about it. Do your research and really study, because that's what it takes. There's so many people on the platform with Amazon, Nook, whatever you're publishing your book to, there are tons of people doing that same exact thing. So make sure you're doing everything that maybe the next person isn't doing, again, by taking these steps. You can also create email lists, which is something very important. You're going to want to go to MailChimp. You get a list of emails from people you know. You have people sign up. You have people send you their emails. You ask them. You get their email. You put it into MailChimp. You are then going to be able to send everybody an email at one time instead of going to individuals and sending them specific emails. And again, this is going to be just a promotional or advertising email every week or so. I'm sure you've got 10 trillion of them in your email box. So it's going to be like that, and just look up what that is. Make sure you, again, study all of these. They're called mail lists. Sorry. They're called email lists. I said mail list. Email lists, you're just taking emails, putting them into some, notepad or whatever, saving them so that you have them for when you want to promote your book or whatever, whether it's once a month or once a week, once a day even, and you can send out that email. You obviously wouldn't want to bother somebody once a day because they'd end up unsubscribing from your email. But we're going to get into the next tip because I'm probably talking too much. So the next tip is not for everybody, but if you can't afford it, you're going to want to buy an ad on TV. Through your local news station, you can buy an ad. Just call them up, ask them how much it would be for you know, a 10, 15, 30-second spot on their TV channel. I live in Niles, Michigan. I know personally WSBT is a news station around here, and so is WNDU. So if you're around here, suggest getting a hold of them and seeing if you can buy an ad or pay for ad space on, again, their television station for, you know, whatever amount of time, and see how much it is. So if you have the money, do that. So if you don't have the money to do a TV ad, you can always do a social media ad, whether it's using Facebook ads, which I'll put the link right here, or you can use Twitter ads, which I'll put the link over here, and you can click on either one of those. Put $5 on it, see what happens. You know, what's the worst that could happen with $5? Put $5 on one of your posts, boost it out, and see how many people you get from that post, and if it's worth investing in the future. So, you know, if you think you have a great video, it's a good way to get your video out there. That's something you're going to want to highly consider, is investing in your business and realizing that you're going to have to put down money as well. You're not just going to be taking the money. You have to put some back to be able to make more. So I'm pretty sure you've heard the term, you have to spend money to make money. It's 100% true, especially when you're on your own working as self-employed, whatever it is. You're going to have to spend money to make money, and, you know, boosting an ad to a specific audience group. Again, you have to learn about all this stuff. You have to learn how to target your ads. You have to learn how to get an audience. So, like, you don't just want to send your ad to everybody. You have to target a specific group. You want to know what group of people is going to be interested in that content. So if you're writing about cooking, you're not going to be sending cooking books to, you know, 13 to 18-year-olds. You're going to be sending them to, you know, 30 to, you know, 65-plus-year-olds. Not that many younger people like to cook, so it's something that you have to target your audience. You have to know who likes your specific content. If you're new, you want to find somebody that's similar to you and figure out their demographic and try to see if that works for you. So, I'm not saying completely rip off people, but, you know, you have to learn from people who are smarter than you and that have done it in the past. So that's the only way you can learn and recreate. So if this is something that you are interested in and you have had any help from this, actually there's one more tip. So the last tip is obviously another ad thing. You're just going to want to call your local newspaper, see how much an ad for your local newspaper is. If you don't have a local newspaper, call the city next to you. I know some cities are small, some cities don't have it. Just give them a call. Everybody has a phone, or, you know, a way to email. If you're watching this video, just give them an email. It's as simple as that. So do all of these tips, figure them all out. Once you do that, you're going to have all this stuff down packed. Just keep at it, keep working, don't stop. Keep putting out content. If you're not putting out content, none of this stuff's going to work. So if you're an author, you're just going to want to put money in your advertising, make a YouTube video, make a YouTube channel, make a series of YouTube videos on every chapter in your book. Make a video on everything you know about your book, why you wrote it, everything you know about you personally, so that people can understand who you are as a person, because that is what is going to work in our day and age, is getting people to actually feel who you are as a person, instead of, you know, just throwing content out there and expecting people to connect with you when they can't even see your face. So make sure that you're following all these tips. I'm not saying that all of them are going to be, you know, 100% proof, but they're all the best tips that I can give you from, you know, reading several books, from, you know, following several social media marketing agencies. Thank you guys for watching. I sincerely appreciate it. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.